nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, Savior, you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let us repeat the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
It will be beneficial to all concerned.
Please welcome Sue Jones, who will give our invocation.
As each of us give our thanks according to our personal persuasions, let us dwell on some thoughts that bind us all together. Today, we ask you to bless these talented young people as they strive to establish their careers, and also bless those who guide them along the path as they share their talents with us. We've been blessed with friends and laughter and fun and sun and rain. We have been blessed with stars to brighten each night. We have been given the power to know wrong from right. We've been given so much. We pray also for a heart that is always grateful to our Maker. May all in this world be fed, be healed, and be loved. In a world where so many are lonely, may we share friendship with joyful hearts. Bless our community and help us work together to make it a better home for all. May we be strong in virtue, firm in time of trouble, and always ready to help others in time of need. For food that stays our hunger, for rest that brings us ease, for homes where memories linger, we give thanks for all of these. Amen.
For visiting Rotarians and guests today, it looks like we have Max Miller back with us again. And of course, our guest speakers and presenters from Chautauqua, who Jim will introduce more formally later. Our Rotarily Yours recorder today is Chris Anderson. Our many thanks to you and the Communications Committee for all you do to help keep our club informed. Please note that next week, Monday, July 26th, we are meeting at the Northwest Ice Arena, where we'll get an update from their staff, followed by a tour of the new addition. I have a sign-up sheet going around. It started in the back. Please let us know if you'll be attending so that we can let Vicki know how many meals to prepare. Thank you to Sharon Hamilton, who has agreed to be the chair of our club service committee. The volunteers in this committee are responsible for making sure our meeting space is set up each week and managing our 50-50. If you are the type of Rotarian who believes strongly that the most important way is the four-way test, building goodwill and better friendships, then I'm looking for you to chair our social committee. Please let me know. The golf committee, I don't see Mike Bird or Phil Calla. Any announcements? There was a meeting Friday and they're all set. We need sponsors and we need golfers. All right. Please make sure that you are signed up with your list of teammates by August 15th. If you have any questions, please talk to a member of the golf committee. It's my pleasure to welcome Ruth Lundeen to briefly tell you about a newly created committee for our club. I'm sure she will be looking for enthusiastic committee members to join, and that committee has been added to the sheet that's going around. Ruth?
Thank you so much, Kevin. So can you hear me okay? Hope. So the Rotary has made a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And they have a statement on their website, and I'll just read in part. It says, at Rotary, we understand that cultivating a diverse, equitable, and inclusive culture is essential to realizing our vision of a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change. So what they're asking for each club to do is to increase DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness, awareness, and the knowledge through Rotary Club meetings and with district support. And so they have asked us to design and implement a DEI strategic plan that will talk about diversity with the club, within the club, and create action plans and invite local diversity, equity, and inclusion experts to speak to the club and to connect with local organizations that are supporting DEI efforts and work with them on projects or events. So that's what we will be doing, and I'm really excited about doing this. And so I hope you will join me. I hope some of you will agree to serve on this with me. I believe there are many Rotarians who are already being an active part of this. So I look forward to working with you on it.
Thank you, Ruth. Again, this week, there is a committee list circulating. If you've not already, please check your name and confirm if the committee you're showing on is correct. If there's any other committees you'd like to join, please add your name there. DEI committee is on that sheet. And also there is for club service going around sign up sheet for the 50-50 drawings. Any announcements from other committee chairs? All right. So back on.
If I could just put a plug in, if you don't already have it, for the August 21st hands-on Jamestown neighborhoods cleanup. Would really like to have Rotarians be a part of that, and hopefully we'll get a sign-up sheet going around. I thought it would be wonderful if we had Rotary either t-shirts or hats on so that people would realize that that we're doing this as a part of our community outreach.
Thank you, Ruth. And there's a sign-up sheet going around for that as well. With that 50-50 drawing, Sharon Hamilton. $70 collected, $35 to take home.
Last three numbers, 471.
471. Mr. Olson.
Please, then sign up. Great part of the whole class.
All right, here comes Doug Conroe, our Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you, Mark. Mark's helping us out with his winnings there. Good man, good man. Been a quiet week in the newspapers, but somehow we can make up for it, perhaps. I know Dave made up for it with a picture here of Jackson. Thank you. Been away, been out for a while. And Tim has to leave early, so there we go for there. I don't see Denise online, but I see Chris online, and I'm sure he wants to put in for Denise being on the radio this weekend for the Resource Center event, right, Chris? But, okay. And any Truly Lodge members here? midsummer celebration and dancing? No Thule? No Thules? Oh, okay. Oh, there we are, a whole table full of very astute and knowledgeable women. So Becky and Gail. On this date, in 1848, what momentous women's action occurred? Here's their money? Well, no, she's a bit later. There was a convention in Seneca Falls, women's suffrage. So go right ahead. Thank you. On this date, New York State started it all. Yep. So, thank you. Yes, right there.
I want to do this in
You wanna
memory
talk?
of Peggy Ellison. She passed away
Oh.
on Friday.
Oh, Peggy Ellison
Yeah.
passed away on Friday. Oh, and Gail is helping us out in memory. Those of us who know Peggy.
We said it, but not loud enough.
You said it, but not loud enough.
No, we weren't listening loud enough.
Okay. And I'll just give you a piece of trivia here. I won't get into it, but this past weekend, we saw some rain develop in the area. Saw a bit of flooding down in Levant. Chautauqua Lake did not flood, but it went up. It was a foot higher than it was the week before that. And it actually started, it got as high as 1309.76 feet above sea level. It likes to be around 1308.225. So it's still up, but it's going down. It started down yesterday, early mid-morning. So it's going to happen. Other than that, I think it's time for Happy Bucks. And I'm going to, yes, Jim. No, I don't know anything about Mark. But I saw a great article about a Michael Conroe, and he's going to be at a club meeting shortly. Yes, so that's good. Yes, no, and I'm adding to the pot for that, and I'm also adding to the pot for celebrating a great weekend of family and a great weekend of friends that Vicky helped expedite better for our 50th 20th anniversary this weekend. So that's our Happy Bucks. So are there more? More Happy Bucks?
So just about a year and a half ago, give a plug to Kurt down at Shawbucks. He's not, I don't think he's here today, but I was sitting on one side of the bar and bartender was sitting on the other side of the bar, and I was there having dinner. And we got to talking, and I kept going in and having conversations with her. It took me a long time to get her to come over to the other side of the bar and have a drink with me. And it cost me quite a bit in dinners and cocktails to get her to the other side of the bar and have a drink with me. But this weekend, I took her to the Bellagio, and I worked it out with the Bellagio to play our song in front of the fountain. I asked her to marry me, so I got engaged this week.
Thank you, Dave. Anyone want to top that? You want to? But not now. Okay. All right. With that, Greg Jones, a Paul Harris presentation.
So I got up today and I said, you know, I should probably put on a tie. And then I said, well, the last time you had a tie on was when you walked out of your last day of practice. So I decided not to break that rule. So I'm here without a tie, but I'm happy to be here to present a Paul Harris Fellow. And I'm going to ask our media past president, Tim Upker too, and our president here to stand on either side is fine, because we are going to be awarding a Paul Harris presentation. I'm going to warn you all that you are going to get sick and tired of seeing me because I have about 26 of these to do. So we have a long ways to go, and I will be brief on all of them to include this one. But I just want you to know that the foundation, the last year that was reported, contributed over 86, really almost $87 million to various incentives we do throughout the year. 35.5 million to preventing disease, 18.5 million to clean water, supporting education was 11 million, growing local economies was 10 million, saving mothers and children was 7,200,000, and promoting peace was 3.5 million. Those are our areas of service, our areas of specialization. So I am very proud of all of you that you are a member of this Rotary Club and you help make our world a better place to be. So thank you very much to all of you. So our next Paul Harris Fellow, if you think you know who my hints are leading to, stand up, but please keep your mouth quiet. And I will select one of you. And if you're right, you're going to win a grand prize at the end, unknown to anybody but you. But here's some hints for you. This member had a paper route at age 12 years on the 5th Street high-rise apartments in Covenant Manor. All the old ladies called him Little Stevie. I have no clue why they called him Little Stevie, and they gave him cookies every weekend. So he has a weight problem. His first car was a 1974 Dodge Dart. At 16, he got that with the paper route money. He graduated with the highest GPA. Nobody has any clue who I'm talking about. Okay, he graduated the highest GPA in the Industrial Career Center at JPS and received, wow, a $50 scholarship to college. That was when $50 really went a long ways, evidently. He went to Bryan and Stanton in Buffalo and worked as a stock boy part-time at Sears in Eastern Hills Mall. We don't have a lot of sharp people here today, Mr. President.
We need to do some,
Well, this one is, he also did something unique. He fixed our rotary world. That's the globe that was falling apart, all redone. And he also, please don't hold this against him, he once worked for Mike Roberts. Still no guesses. Well, I'm going to give you the last clue and then you're all going to stand up. Unlike my wife, Sue, whose husband-to-be engaged her and proposed in a chicken coop on Chautauqua Lake, this new Pars fellow, much classier, did it at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. Come on up, Dave Painter. So I need, okay, very good. So I'm going to have this Paul Harris Fellow was given under Joni's year. So I'm going to let our past president present the Paul Harris certificate to our newest Paul Harris Fellow, Dave Painter. And I thought I would let our current president give you the Paul Harris pen because he won't drop it on the floor as so many past presidents have done. And the last thing here is the medallion. And I want you to know that this comes with a long history. You must wear the medallion tonight for one night on your jammies. So get used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice picture.
Yeah, sure. I do want you to come up and say something. Absolutely.
Here's your lovely.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So I did a little research on Paul Harris a few days ago, just so I kind of understood what everything was all about. And the reason why I'm dressed the way I am today, I wore my work boots today, my work jeans, because I'm an average guy. I'm an average worker. I come from an average background. So Paul Harris, I don't know if all of you know, Paul Harris was thrown out of 3 schools. Now, I would imagine that Paul Harris, some of the people around Paul Harris probably believed he was a little bit below average, but he did amazing things along the way. And I believe that about myself, and I believe that about all of you, as together as a group with Rotary, that we can do amazing things. And as a testament to this award, I think average people can do amazing things throughout the world. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. It's an honor.
Congratulations, Dave. It is now my pleasure to welcome Jim Smith from the program committee, who will introduce our guest presenters.
Thank you, Kevin. Excuse me. It gives me really great pleasure today to welcome back our friend Carol Rausch. Do you know that her first time that she came and presented a program was in 1999? This is her 22nd time that she has been with us. Maybe she has better attendance than some of our members. Chautauqua Opera is the oldest continuing summer program in the United States. Both Chautauqua Opera and Chautauqua Symphony were founded in 1929. But Carol wasn't there then. Since 1995, Carol has served as the chorus master, music administrator, overseeing the musical components of the company and the Young Artists program. Carol's home is in New Orleans, I should say New Orleans, right? She's also chorus master and musical administrator of the New Orleans Opera. And she also has headed the opera department at Loyola University, where she prepares and conducted numerous opera productions. Carol's education includes degrees from both Indiana University and the Ohio State University. And I think most of you, a lot of you know this, but for those of you who do not, she spent a year in Brussels, Belgium, as the Rotary Foundation graduate student, as she was the recipient of the Ambassadorial Scholarship. She remains active as a recital pianist and often accompanies the Gulf Coast regional auditions for the Metropolitan Opera National Council, and has judged both the district and regional levels of competition throughout the United States. Carol has brought with her today a couple other guests that she will introduce, Dan and our singer. And also I asked Carol if she would bring us up to date on how Chautauqua season, the summer season, has been influenced by this past year. And at the same time, she's going to introduce you to a new program that Chautauqua is entering. So I'll let her talk to you about that also. So Carol.
Thank you so much, all of you. First, my colleague,
Carol.
Dan Grambo. All right. I see, okay. So Dan Grambo is our managing director of Chautauqua Opera as of 2019. He is a native of Milwaukee, spent a lot of time in Chicago, and then is now living in Chautauqua County in Lakewood. And he and his wife, who they're both singers, And they're bringing a lot to what we do. He was with us for our last normal season, 2019. And in 2020, he almost single-handedly was responsible for Chautauqua Opera being able to have a season because we were producing exclusively virtual content. And he turned his beautiful new Lakewood home, his Knotty Pine studio, into a sound and recording studio, and really produced the bulk of what we did. So he made it possible last summer. We at the Chautauqua Opera are uniting, we're calling it not merging, but uniting with Marlena Mollis's wonderful voice program. And so it started this year, and by 2022, next summer, will be fully a single entity in many ways that will be called the Chautauqua Conservatory and Opera Company. It will still have separate leadership. Marlena is not going anywhere. She's an indomitable spirit and will be head of the conservatory. Stephen Osgood, our boss, will still remain head of the opera company. But we've begun sort of sharing our young artists. And Lucy Baker, mezzo-soprano, is with us here today. She's started the sharing. She's been covering the role of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the infamous RBG in our production of Scalia Ginsburg, and you'll hear a little excerpt from that today. It premiered a couple of weeks ago, and we've got 3 more performances on Friday nights at 4 p.m. in the beautiful Performance Pavilion. She will also be on our Opera Pops concert, which closes the season. So we're really mixing and matching with personnel already. We will continue to do more of that. I think there are wonderful aspects of both programs which can only benefit by cooperating and producing together. So again, that will take place fully in 2022. Lucy is from Wilmington, North Carolina. She just finished her undergraduate degree at DePaul University in Chicago and will be entering a master's program at the prestigious Curtis Institute in Philadelphia in the fall. So yeah. We're going to do 3 selections for you today, and we're going to start off. Maybe since I have the advantage of the microphone here, I'll introduce the first 2 from the microphone. We're doing a piece in French from Gounod's Romeo et Juliette. This is just after the Shakespeare. And this is, she's wearing pants because she's doing 2 pants roles today. These are what mezzos do. They sing the part of young boys often in opera. And the young boy in question here is Stefano. And he's part of the Montague family, and so a friend of Romeo. And he's a little worried that after meeting Juliet, that maybe the Capulets have captured Romeo and maybe put him up in their house. He's just worried for his safety, and he sings a delightful little serenade saying, "Where are you, little turtle dove? The vultures are watching out for you." And then a piece which you might know if you've been to Chautauqua's wonderful sacred song services on Sunday nights. Every single Sunday night concludes with the famous Handel Largo. And it's actually an aria, which Lucy will sing. It's from Xerxes by the composer. And it's the opening aria of the whole opera, in which the character, the title character, Xerxes, is singing to, this is serious, a tree, and telling that tree how much he loves its shade and he hopes the best for it. And maybe crucially for this summer, he hopes thunder and lightning will not destroy it, but sort of just welcoming the beauty of nature. So music by Gounod and then Handel, and then Lucy herself will tell you a little bit about the Scalia Ginsburg production that we're doing. I understand that Andrew Borba gave us a shout out for that, and I hope you can still come see it. It's only an hour long and it's lots of fun, as you will see from the excerpt we're going to do. So first, music from the classical repertoire.
Hello. Okay. So I'm here to talk about Ginsberg, right? This has been my first cover experience with Chautauqua Opera and with any company before. And actually my first experience with a professional opera company. It's so cool. It's something outside of school. So this has been wonderful. It's been great to get to work with all these people. It's been wonderful. Oh my goodness. It's been wonderful to get to understudy with a very talented mezzo-soprano Kelly Guerra, who's in the principal cast of Ginsberg. It's been such an inspiration to watch her and what she brings to the role, and I've definitely taken some of what she does and implemented into my own singing. So that's a little bit about my experience so far. But what's happening in the show is that I think that the show is about being able to find friendship in despite of differences in political opinions and just beliefs in general. And I think that Scalia and Ginsberg were the perfect example of that. And they really bonded over their love for opera and music. And so the composer, Derek Wang, has chosen to quote a lot of really famous pieces and operas in the show. It's so much fun. But a little bit about the show itself, the plot. Scalia is being judged by the commentator for his political opinions. Ginsberg comes in to his aid and helps him in these trials. It's only an hour, so I don't want to tell you the ending. So come see the show and you'll get to to figure out what the end of the show is. But it's been so much fun to work on, and I'm so excited to show you Ginsberg's opening aria, You Are Searching in Vain for a Bright Line Solution. And if you are familiar with operas, you might recognize some tunes in here. So.
Just entertain me, Siberia. Then it might relax your rigid posture. I'm searching in vain for a bright line solution. For a problem that isn't so easy to solve. What a beautiful thing about our Constitution. It's a type of society it can evolve. Oh, fathers, of course, were great men with a vision. But their contemporaries can never fully could go. So to us, I believe with the decision to allow certain meanings to flourish. And grow. Place of station or treated as equal. Beyond what the founders initially saw. Let our past and our present be merely the prequel. Only after enlightened by peace
Thank you, Carol and Lucy, for that wonderful performance today. One of Rotary's major international programs is the eradication of polio around the world. We are down to just 2 countries in the world where polio exists. In honor and thanks for your presentation to our club today, we will make a donation in your names that will vaccinate 4 children who will never experience polio in their life. Couple reminders, next week we are at the Ice Arena, not here. If you did not put your name on the RSVP list and you plan to attend, either email me or the list is up here at the front. Same goes for Hands on Jamestown, 50/50, or the committee list. If you didn't see any of those, we will get those too, or come see me after the meeting. Remembering this year's Rotary International theme is to serve, to change lives. Caring for and serving others is the best way to live because it changes not only other people's lives, but also our own. Thank you, and we are adjourned.